We have a yellow bar stating cocaine, hydrochloride.
According to White House officials, a preliminary field test and now a formal lab test indicated that a suspicious white powder found inside the White House was in fact cocaine. So John, what were you doing at the White House?
Yeah, I get invited to all the fanciest parties, surrounded by the political elites, and I love blow more than anyone.
Well,
a few notable elites.
Way to blow it.
Okay. I saw that.
I mean, you should have taken your blow with you after you left. Okay. It wasn't John.
I love that all of the headlines are like, there's cocaine in the White House, when the headline should realistically be, it's now being openly reported that they found cocaine at the White House. Like, oh yeah, for all the Trump years, nobody was doing cocaine at the White House or anything.
What do you mean? No one, why would you think anyone would be doing? By the way, let me just.
So stupid.
As you learn the details of this story, I think there's some reason to believe that no one in government was using cocaine, or at least let me reword that.
They might not have been using that cocaine, but they're using all sorts of different drugs.
I mean, allegedly. So let's give you the details and how this story unfolded. So a spokesman for the Secret Service said authorities are looking into how it got into the White House. He said the DC Fire Department determined the substance, which was found in a work area of the West Wing, did not present a threat. Which I love that I love that last sentence and the need to explain to people, ladies and gentlemen, there was the existence of cocaine in this fine establishment. However, no one was harmed in the discovery of this cocaine. Why would it present a threat?
I don't was it like in an aggressive stance, growling?
Or to be fair, I mean, maybe they initially thought it was some sort of dangerous substance, like, I don't know, anthrax or something like that. I don't know.
But or fentanyl, that'll kill a cop from 100 miles away.
From 100 miles away, yeah. Exactly.
It's possible that's what they were referring to.
Now, the discovery prompted an elevated security alert and a brief evacuation of the executive mansion. If you're wondering if Biden was evacuated, he was not, because he was not there. He wasn't at the executive mansion. So the Secret Service spokesman declined to say specifically how it was packaged. He said it was found by members of the Uniform Division of the Secret Service conducting routine rounds through the building. And there have been multiple reports of the location of where this cocaine was found. So the original dispatch call said the library. Then the Secret Service spokesperson said it was found in a work area of the West Wing. But officials are now saying something completely different. They say that it was found in the West Wing, where visitors are instructed to leave their cell phones. So there is a possibility, well, I was gonna say there's a possibility that it was just a visitor and they're like, oh, I don't, and they got rid of it. However, that would be a convenient made up story for White House officials.
It's a visitor bringing coke to the White. I mean, when they said it was in a West Wing work area, I always thought that the people in that show talked really fast. So it sort of makes sense. Nobody does dialogue that snappy. I don't care if there's cocaine in the White House. Does anyone care if there's cocaine? I wish there was cocaine in the White House. Biden could use a little bit of cocaine, I think. You know what I care about? I care that there's often white supremacy in the White House. I care that there's donor checks in the White House. There's a lot more things more dangerous. Like the donor check that they do their line organizing with is way more dangerous to the country than the powder itself.
Yeah, and I think that there's already a lot of speculation about various government officials, especially those who are a little older, a little less energetic, taking certain substances, certain stimulants, amphetamines, for instance, to kind of perk up before a speech or an address. So look, and that's all speculation. I want to be clear about that. But no, I don't really care about cocaine, especially when you frame it the way you did with all the actual, damaging things that happen in our government on a regular basis, really.
I'm genuinely curious if anyone actually cares. I know people are saying that they care, as if they would care if it had happened during the Trump years, but does anyone actually care?
I mean, I don't think anyone actually cares. Trump has decided to exploit this story and accuse, of course, not Biden and Hunter, knowing about it, which is funny when you consider some of the speculation in regard to Don Jr. And if you don't know what I mean, here it is. This is what I mean.
Again, when gas prices go up, there's nothing he can do, according to the media. When they go down a few cents, it's all because of his policy. It's amazing how that happens.
I don't think Joe's smart enough to be like, hey, let's send them off the trail. Don't hack the McDonald's in DC.
Runs right away. It's Russian disinformation. There's literally zero evidence of that it's Russian disinformation. The director of national intelligence said it. And by the way, more importantly, the FBI said it. And I don't say that because I think the FBI has more credibility.
I mean, why doesn't he just give Putin, like, I don't know, the keys to the nuclear football?
I say that because it's pretty clear that the FBI has done whatever they possibly could to hurt Donald Trump. Remember the 4th of July barbecue? You saved 10 cents last year, right? This year, that same basket of goods is up $10. That's not my problem.
I mean, that might just be the way Don Jr. naturally is. Maybe that's just the way he speaks.
And gesticulates.
I report.
Is he doing like a satirical Trump impression or something? Why are his hands moving fast? Why is his head shaking so much?
He's just acting
Why are his eyes so wide?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't care if it turns out that Don Jr. routinely does cocaine, including in the White House or in the boardroom. That's like the 100th most objectionable thing about him. Again, it's the hypocrisy of anything. It's them being so freaked out about the fact that Hunter Biden does drugs when every single Wall Street guy they hang out with is doing drugs. It's just so utterly hypocritical.
And Jason Ray in our super chat section says, wait, has anyone seen Madison Cawthorn lately? Or was he talking about only Republicans doing coke? Washington runs on coke, let's be real. Which
he did point that out, yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't be surprised, let's put it that way. But if they're looking for stimulants, coke seems like a weird stimulant to use, right? I don't know, I've never done coke.
I mean, I've heard things. It seems like
it's like a 10-minute thing, isn't it? And then you have to take more and more and more. I would just assume that, especially in the context of the White House or the context of federal government, you'd want to take something a little more on the down low that you don't have to re-up on every 10 to 15 minutes.
I would think that
I'm
about
people
at people at like raves or something. I would assume wouldn't want to have to go to the bathroom to do another line, but they seem to get by. I haven't done coke. I don't have a lot of insider information about what it's like to do coke, John. So I don't know if it's easy to work into your workflow. I don't know.
Well, Republicans have decided to latch onto this to attack Joe Biden, even though he wasn't at the White House when all of this was happening. You have Ari Fleischer who says, you've got to be kidding me. Cocaine was found at the White House and authorities aren't saying exactly where it was found. If it's an old executive office building, it's likely staff. If it's the mansion, it's likely Hunter. Reporters, do your job.
Yeah, it came out like a little bit after he posted that. Like, relax, like they released it. Probably because he tweeted that. They probably wouldn't have said anything if he hadn't.
The Hunter derangement syndrome is pretty intense. Look, I've got no love for the guy. I don't really care, but the obsession with Hunter Biden is pretty incredible. It's like all they seem to care about. Wouldn't there be cameras there to prove who had the drugs, writes Clay Travis? If it was Hunter, expect a low-level staffer to take the fall since Hunter never pays consequences for any of his behaviors. And then you have Joni Job who says Hunter jonesing with a screenshot of him touching his face.
You took a screenshot from a video where his hand is near his face, and that is proof. That's all the proof you need that he needs drugs immediately.
Well, making fun of.
Do we want to play this game? Do we want to find shots of people doing this and that's all?
That's all it takes.
My God, these people are. There's actual bad, corrupt stuff being done in government. You do not need to freeze frame on videos to find out about it. There's good reporting. ProPublica has done some great reporting in the past few months over it. And this is the fake corruption, the fake issues of our elites that they spend all their time on. Conveniently absolving the elites getting away with actual financial murder of any consequences for their actions.
That's right.
Nobody can't retire because Hunter does crack or whatever. Nobody, is one medical emergency away from suddenly being unhoused because Hunter did a prostitute or something. That's not the elite illegal acts that are ruining people's lives, that are ruining the country.
Exactly, and look, speaking of corruption, the Comer investigation continues, and they went from saying that the Bidens through Hunter accepted $10 million in foreign money. They upped the ante just last week to indicating that they took $40 million in foreign cash, which, by the way, if true, is gross, but unfortunately is not illegal, right? Like, it depends, but if it's simply, oh, the Bidens took money from foreign nationals, that alone, in most cases, it again depends on the specifics, isn't something that Biden could get in any trouble for, unless there was some quid pro quo, unless there was actual evidence of selling influence in order to obtain that money. And that's really the smoking gun that they have yet to prove. So I just wanted to mention that because I don't want anyone to think like, oh no, we're burying a story in order to protect Hunter Biden. I don't care about Hunter Biden at all. But I mean, it does remind me a little of when Trump was in charge, like the Russia investigation. And I would just caution Republicans who place too much weight on this Hunter Biden investigation to get ready to get disappointed, okay? Because if you're putting all your eggs in that basket and you think that's what will do Joe Biden in, I think it would be a mistake to think that.
Yeah, especially when I don't think there's much of a chance of Hunter Biden running for president, honestly.
Right.
Like, he's literally not even, Trump was the president. That was one advantage of the Russia thing, was that it was about the guy with the power.
Right, exactly.
I mean, look, Jared Kushner's done a lot of shady stuff and everything. And if you're interested in the sons of elites getting paid off the $2 billion from the Saudis, it seems like that should be a part of this conversation. My question to the people who believe it's 10 or 40, whatever $1 million, do you want it to be illegal? Do you want it to be illegal?
I do.
I'll sign up for that.
Hell yeah.
Should it be illegal for the family members of elites to make absolute bank off of obviously off of the power of the people they know? I'm fine with that.
Me too.
Hunter can go to jail, but you're probably gonna lose a few of the ones that you like too. Do you want to make that deal?
Think about it.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.